Finding one's artistic voice is such an intimate process. It's basically about finding out your authenticity. Hi, my name is Miriam. I'm a self-taught artist exploring creativity. In this video series, I'm sharing 5 mindset shifts I made to level up my art and find my artistic voice. I transitioned from this kind of art to this kind of art because of these mindset shifts. I hope this video will help you do the same. The second mindset shift is the following. To find your artistic voice, you don't need to look outward, you need to look inward. All you need to do is look inward and see what gets in the way of you shining as your true self. Your artistic voice is your authenticity. Why is it so difficult to find one's uniqueness? Why is it so difficult to really know ourselves? Because we don't usually look at ourselves from objective perspective. We are just the way we are. Of course, we know a lot about ourselves, but the way other people look at us, we just miss that perspective. And I think this is pretty essential to zoom out and be able to learn something about yourself that you are missing from the objective perspective. I took 2 steps that really helped me to know myself better, and it really contributed to finding my artistic voice, and I'm gonna share these 2 steps with you. So the first step is zooming out and taking an objective look at yourself. How you can do that? The first tip is the following. Open your social media accounts and find all the posts that you saved and liked. And you just need to become like an investigator, like a detective who is looking for some kind of patterns, for some kind of information. And what you're gonna do, you need to look through all that posts, all that videos and photos and etc., and find some kind of pattern. Maybe they are related to one topic, maybe they have one visual style. You just need to find out and write it down. Next tip, look through your camera roll on your phone. It is so personal, and if you look at your camera roll from objective perspective, like it's other person's phone, you will learn a lot more about yourself. What kind of pictures do you tend to take? Is it more about nature? Is it more about interiors? Is it details? Is it people's pictures? What kind of colors do you like? What do you notice? What kind of screenshots did you save in your phone? Is there any pattern? Write everything down. You just need to take that perspective of a different person. And the last tip, how you can zoom out and find out some information about yourself, some additional information about yourself, is super cool. Please do that. Open the messages that you have, some chats with your best friend. The reason why you need to do that is because best friends are people we are not afraid to be authentic with. That's why we usually share our true feelings with them. We talk about the topics that are the most interesting to us with them. We send them some probably quotes, some photos, something that reflects our true self that probably not everyone knows about. Anything that resonates with you is relevant because it's about you. That's all about the first step, how to zoom out. The next step to get to know yourself better is also super essential for any artist and actually for any human being. It's shadow work. It becomes easier to commit to authenticity when you do the shadow work. And what is the shadow work? So shadow work for me is radical honesty with myself. Shadow work is finding peace between various parts of yourself and also letting all the parts of yourself exist without suppression. I really love the way Liz Gilbert talks about this idea of embracing all the parts of ourselves. Let's listen to her.
The most peaceful people that I know and the most wise people that I know are the ones who have created enough internal space to be able to allow all the parts of themselves to coexist despite the contradictions. So they have room for their creativity, they also have room for their fear. They have room for their dignity, they also have room for their shame. They have room for the parts of themselves that are glorious and divine and wonderful, and they have room for the parts of themselves that are petty and jealous and ridiculous, right? Like they create this big, huge auditorium of a landscape inside themselves. They don't kick any parts out, because guess what? You can't.
I would recommend you to start with just noticing the moments when you suppress some thoughts, when you suppress some feelings, because we tend to do it unconsciously when we don't want to deal with something unpleasant. But when we suppress some unpleasant feelings and thoughts, we actually waste a ton of energy doing so, and we become more tensed. You feel confident that you can deal with those emotions. So I think it's such a good idea just to practice journaling when you notice that you suppress something in yourself. And that's such a huge step to tapping into your shadow self, which is not something bad. It can be something good also. Something good can be in your shadow. For example, I discovered my creative self in shadow work because I've been suppressing my creative self for so much time. That can make such a big difference in your creativity, because you will learn a lot about yourself. You will learn about your fears, about your pain, and all that feelings that come up, you can channel them into creativity. You can express them creatively, you can process them creatively, and you will get so much more creative topics to work on. And the last but not least, I want to share some journaling prompts with you so you can explore these ideas for yourself and make the mindset shift that is needed. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next video.